Tough competitive game. Came down there to the end. Tough one on the road.
What did they do offensively that they seemed to move the ball consistently pretty much the whole game?
Yeah, what they normally do, ran the ball, hit some boots, hit a couple shots down the field. They did a nice job.
Why did you bench Deontay Banks?
Just thought, during that series, needed a little bit more. Had a conversation with him, and went with the other guys.
Did you have any issue with the low tackle attempt where he was hurdled?
No, that was a tough play. Najee does that. There's a couple of other little things there that, we got to tighten up detail-wise, and I know he will.
Did you bench him based on his play on the field or the conversation had on the sideline? Like, you said you spoke to him on the sideline. Was that to inform him you're benching, or that's? Yeah,
we talked to him on the sideline that we were going to go with Stroman.
What was Dexter yelling about after that drive when he was yelling at the DB?
Just look, there's a lot of competitors on the team, and just hammer on the details.
How disappointing is it with everything coming into this game with Deontay that you obviously didn't see enough to keep him in the game? Yeah,
again, he'll bounce back. We just, the way the series went, we decided to go in a different direction.
You mentioned he'll bounce back. Is he going to be your starter next week?
I'm not gonna make any declarations right now, but I would say so. But again, we got to go back. We got to watch the tape. We'll evaluate it again, like we normally do.
Was there effort issues on that drive, or was it performance? Just because there were some things going in that it was effort. So just to be clear.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look. We made a decision to go with another player, and we'll see where we're at.
You seem to do a pretty good job with Watt and their front seven there, and it kind of broke down late. What happened there?
When?
In the second half.
Well, he's a heck of a player. He moved him to the left side. Sometimes we had some shifts, and we're trying to do things to get the tight end to the appropriate side. Our guys battled. He's going to make some plays.
With the good things that you did do, what's the message to the guys in there? In a game, you get the ball with a chance to tie it at the end.
Yeah, no excuses. I thought there was, a lot of different things that we did well, but not enough. So, they made some good plays. We gave ourselves a chance at the end. They made a nice play on the ball. And, I was proud of the way they competed for 60 minutes. We knew this is a tough place to play. There was a lot of good things, just not enough of them.
Brian, what happened on the two-point conversion? It seemed like the timing was all messed up.
Yeah, so we've been working on that for a while. Motor was actually checking with the official to make sure that he was on the line of scrimmage, and Daniel saw the look that we needed to get to, where we were just going to throw the ball out there to Malik. We had a bunch of blockers. But he was talking to the official when Daniel snapped it and threw it out there, and they only had two guys out there, and the guy blew by him.
What did you see in the punt?
No, it seemed like nobody moved.
Yeah, he snapped. Because he snapped it quick. He saw the look. They were getting set. We weren't set, and the one guy that was out there was two guys out there. There was a bunch of guys inside. Saw the ball being snapped and beat us to the punch.
What did you see on the punt return there, and how damaging was that?
Well, anytime you give up a return for a touchdown, it is. I'd say we kind of outkicked their coverage, and then, with that becomes lane discipline. They had a couple nice blocks where he got to the edge. But that's, those two things, when you outkick it and the lane discipline isn't where it needs to be.
Did you ask for clarification on why there's no roughing on that play?
Yeah. No, they got a tough job to do.
When you saw the flag, though, did you think if nothing else, it was potentially a running into situation when the flag was down?
You never know. You never know. It's quite a bit of them tonight.
What did you see of Daniel just in the last two drives? You have the one, just with the chance to tie, the one ends in the bump, with the second one's over the interception, just in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, you want to maintain possession of the ball.
Why didn't you chip Watt on the strip sack play?
Yeah, he was supposed to be chipped.
Why wasn't he?
DJ was looking at the coverage, communication, but Jermaine was anticipating a chip.
With early on when you hit the touchdown to Manhurts and Nabers got called for the illegal shift, did you have an issue? It looked like you were pretty hot on the sideline. But did you have an issue with the penalty, or what? How did that play out in your mind? Did you think that should have been a touchdown?
Yeah, no. I mean, again, we got to make sure we can control what we control, make sure we're lined up properly so that there's touchdowns not taken off the board.
Brian, are you saying on the chip play, are you saying Daniel didn't make the right check, or are you saying it didn't get...
It wasn't a check. He was going, pressure situation was a clock. We had a shift with the tight end to get back over to Watt, and we didn't get the shift. So we talked about it in the locker room. DJ feels terrible, to be honest with you. I don't know he's going to own it. He came up here to say he owned it. There was a shift that was accompanying the play. He was kind of surveying the coverage, deciding what he wanted to do, and we didn't get the shift. And they were lining up with him in different, sometimes they were lining up with him left a little bit more than they have. So we were making sure that if we put a chipper there, that he didn't line up opposite. So we were shifting to try to get the help where we needed to get the help.
What did you think of? I haven't seen, me personally, Daniel that fired up.
Yeah, I loved it. Yeah, loved it. Yeah, I loved seeing his competitiveness. He cares. He works his butt off, and there's no one in this locker room that takes it harder than him. Just sitting down and talking, and he played hard. I thought he did a lot of good things, and unfortunately, we just at the end of the game there we had a couple turnovers, but I thought he played extremely hard, competitive, fiery, and that's what you want from your quarterback.
Was that just watching it on replay on TV? You couldn't tell, but it looked like it was almost directed at you or at the sideline. Daniel's firing.
No, it was just let's get our butts set. So when we're set for the 2-point play, let's get out there and let's get set. So when we snap the ball, we got them blocked. And I appreciate that. I like that about it. It's good for him to do that.
Take us through your decision to start Chris Hubbard instead of Ojulari there.
Yeah, I just thought it was, thought he had a good week. Veteran, started over almost 60 games, had confidence in him. So, talked to Ojulari Friday or Saturday morning. Said we're going to go with Chris, see how it goes. So we went with him.
You had a plan all spring and summer that Ojulari was going to be your backup tackle. He can be your backup left tackle.
Yeah, I mean, when you add veterans that have played a lot in this type of environment, we thought it was best for our team.
Take two more.
What accounts for the illegal formation penalties tonight? There were several of them.
What do you mean what accounts for it? We weren't lined up. They called us, shifting or not being set before we moved. Is that what you're asking?
You had a lot of them. I was just asking why.
Oh, yeah. We weren't set, and we were moving on motion, so, those hurt.
Any update on Tracy? We know he went out.
I don't have an update, but, once again, I played his tail off, So developing the right way, competitive, tough. He's a good football player for us.
What do you make of being 2-6 for the second straight year now?
It's not fun. Yeah. We work as hard as we can work each week. I believe we do things right. And unfortunately, the results aren't what we want them to be. So we got to have mental toughness. But it's, you like to get better results.
Daniel, you were pretty upset on that 2-point conversion. I mean, what was your view of what was going on there?
Yeah, I mean, I was just upset we didn't convert it. Yeah, we gotta execute and convert the play there. Just frustrated about that.
I mean, there was no, I mean, the execution, I mean, it didn't even get going, you know, I mean, the timing was all, you know, it wasn't like, I mean, what was your sense? I mean, was that the frustration?
That was frustrating, yeah, that we didn't execute it, yeah.
Why do you think you threw the ball and nobody kind of was moving at that point? They didn't seem ready. What was it that made them not be ready, or did you have to wait to snap the ball? Did they have to check earlier? How do you view that?
We just didn't execute it right. Yeah, gotta be sharp in those situations, and my job to get everybody on the same page and get everybody going. So gotta execute there.
Daniel, what happened on the strip sack there with Watt and not getting somebody over to?
Yeah, I needed to shift. Theo. Was looking at the coverage. I didn't shift him. Jermaine's expecting a chip, so he didn't get that, and so that's my fault.
When you guys did do a lot of good things tonight. How difficult is it when you're that close? You get the ball, you know, the chance to tie it late, and you're just coming up short. You know.
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure. Very frustrating. We hurt ourselves a lot tonight, and that's the most frustrating part about it. So we've got to be more detailed, starting with me, and you know, some of the good stuff that happened, you know, was negated by, you know, those mistakes.
You seem to have a little more edge to you than usual. How much of that, if any, has to do with what happened last week and wanted to prove yourself?
I think I always play with an edge. I always play with that. You know, I don't always show it the same, but yeah, I think I'll always play that way. And yeah, maybe I showed it a little bit differently tonight, but that doesn't change in my approach and how I play. So yeah, I'm just frustrated with, you know, coming up short again. So nobody really cares that we're frustrated. It's, you know, what are we going to do from here, and how are we going to fix the issues? So certainly look at myself first, see where I can do that.
What happened on the interception?
Just threw the ball high.
What's different is just kind of this feeling where you're so close, you have a chance to, you know, to win it, and you have a couple chances to, you know, win it or tie it in fourth, compared to something like last week where there's a little more lopsided game, just that frustration.
They're all frustrating. It doesn't matter how you lose, they're all frustrating. So, yeah, I'd say that.
Daniel, what does it take for guys to get the details right? So, like, when you guys score a touchdown, it doesn't get called back because someone's lined up wrong. I mean, you can talk about it, but how do you fix those things? How do guys fix those things?
Starts with me. You know, it starts with me, and I've got to make sure everyone's on the same page, ready to go. Obviously, it's about how you prepare through the week, walkthroughs, practice, attention to detail, and all that stuff. And like I said, it starts with me. So frustrating. We hurt ourselves a lot tonight.
What did you think of Tyrone Tracy? This is the second time in 4 games, you know, he tops 100 yards.
Played well.
What did he do for your offense?
Yeah, he played well. Played big time for us. The guys up front did a good job in the run game, opened up some holes for him, and he did a good job.
Daniel, what did you see on the play that you scored the touchdown with Manhurts in the first half? Did you guys see the shift right away, or did you realize once he gets in and you see the flag and that's what happened?
Yeah, I didn't realize it was a flag, obviously, until he had scored. But yeah, we just got to be detailed, starting with me. Can't afford those mistakes.
What did the officials say to you? I think you went up to him at one point and looked like you were stating your case, and he was telling you it was, I think, a different guy it looked like, something like that?
Yeah, he said he wasn't set. We weren't set, so yeah.
It seemed like a night of kind of missed opportunities for you. The one down the sideline maybe could have been a PI. It seemed like you had the one go through your hand and you knew it and you slammed the ground. What are your emotions like after?
Yeah, I mean, I was mad that I dropped it, but I tried to turn my head around, but I couldn't find it, so I found it late in the lights, and just a drop, just a play I gotta make, just a play I want to make, just a play they trust me to make, so gotta try my best to make that play.
Malik, in some ways, this offense did show more spark tonight than it had in the last few weeks. What do you think the difference was in that regard?
The difference was we just toughened up. Came out here, played a really good team, tried our best to do what we got to do. I mean, we executed well on offense, had a lot of missed opportunities, but for the most part, we stayed on track, had a lot of penalties, but, tried to play as clean of a game as possible.
One of your fellow rookies, Tyrone Tracy, ran for another 100-yard game tonight, and I'm sure as a fellow rookie, that's got to make you feel good for him.
I mean, yeah, that's good. He puts in the work all week, so just to see him go out there and continue to help us in the run game, we've been lacking that a couple of weeks, so just to get him the ball, let him do what he do with the ball, so just see him go out there, as a rookie and do the things that he's been doing, it's a salute for him.
What happened on the legal shift that negated the touchdown?
I mean, they said I was moving forward. I mean, I got set, and then I motioned again. I think we had like 12 seconds left on the clock, so I tried to get set as fast as possible and then, motion. But I guess they called it back, said I was moving forward. I mean, we looked at the play, had a different say on it, but, refs won again.
The two-point conversion looked rather odd from upstairs in the box in terms of the formation, but clearly one of the Steelers saw what he saw because it looked like he was shut out of a cannon. May have even been early. I don't know. But what did you see on that?
I mean, we run the play in practice. If they don't have enough, guys lined up across from our linemen, we try to give me the ball as fast as possible, try to get me an end zone. But, just a mixed cue that, all the linemen didn't see the ball snap. So just to play another miscue, that we got to have.
Malik, were you surprised in that spot that the ball was snapped? Because Dave said it was kind of a timing thing that Motor was looking and didn't expect the ball to be snapped.
No, I wasn't surprised that it wasn't stopped. I mean, they had 4 guys lined up across our line, so I knew I was getting the ball. So I was really anxious to DJ hurry up and snap the ball because they don't have as many people lined up. So I guess it's just another miscue, just the line didn't see the ball snap.
Is that really the timing of it? Like you're trying to snap the ball because you don't want them to realize that they're out?
I mean, we just trying to see what formation they're gonna come out of, and if they bunch it up, then we would just run a different play. But we had what we wanted. We just missed the opportunity on it.
The coach said you guys had the look that you wanted in that situation.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you look at with the drops and see like a common denominator kind of there?
No, I mean, first drop I had was, the go ball. Couldn't find the ball, but, that's not an excuse to touch my hands. Second one, it just hit my leg. Try to catch it with my hands. Just got to find a way to make those plays.
I'm kind of talking about more like the ones late in games. There's been a couple this year. Is it maybe you're trying to do too much? Is it concentration in the moment? Like anything like that you could kind of put your finger on at this point?
No, just got to be better. I mean, they're trying to give me opportunities to get the ball. I got to make those plays. Nothing wrong with just getting it later in the game or at the end of the game. Got to make the play.
Where you want to be, obviously, at 2-6 as a team, individually, how do you make sure that you do, your part, but also kind of rally together?
Got to get in the details more. Myself, especially, had a lot of miscues when I was out there. So, got to get in the books more. Got to get alignment more. Just like I said, focus on the details. Details win football games. That was a great team, but we kind of gave them to it because we wasn't on our details. So if we want to be that explosive offense, we got to get on the details, man.
Darius, I can't even imagine the emotions that is going through you guys right now because of the back and forth of the fourth quarter.
Yeah.
You kept staying in it, and then the final drive just didn't have enough.
Yeah. Obviously a very frustrating way to lose. Good football team over there, but obviously, we felt like if we would have made a couple more plays, it would have been a different outcome.
One thing people kept saying about this offense, you got to get explosive plays, you got to get some big plays. You had some of those tonight. Where did they come from? Where did they manifest themselves? Because, again, it had been a while since you guys been able to make those.
Yeah, just getting the ball up, getting shots up. You got to take shots to hit shots, and we did a little bit better job that tonight, but even at that, we probably left, I would say probably 2 out there at least that we could have still hit.
Yeah, the drop passes and the penalties are going to be, I think, the 2 things when you guys watch the film are really going to gnaw at you.
Yeah, penalties killed us in the first half. I think we had a drive. In one drive, I think we got 4 or 5 flags, which just can't happen. you can't get positive yards and then take yourself right back, you know. So obviously that's on us in the details and trying to prevent those things.
The one thing that I thought was pretty surprising after the punt return for a touchdown, which by many stretches people thought, okay, they're breaking it open.
Yeah.
But how did you guys respond to that?
I think just we came with the right mindset. You know, we knew there was going to be a tough atmosphere. We knew there was going to be a tough win. So we were able to stay in it. And obviously we went down and scored, got it back to one possession game. Then our defense got the turnover. And, you know, we were right there in position to, you know, tie the ball game up at the end. So I think just having the right mindset, preparing the right way. But obviously, you know, on game day, you got to make the plays to get it done.
Azeez, this was such a wild game because so many things went right for you guys on different sides of the ball, but then so many things didn't go right, and ultimately it ended up to a loss. How difficult is that to deal with?
Man, it's tough. It was a tough game, grimy game. Went all the way to 0 to the end of the game, but it's a tough loss. We got to eat. It's tough to eat this one. It's tough all around.
It does seem like this locker room is reacting even more upset and more frustrated and more disgusted than even the other losses I saw this year.
Yeah, this one hurt a lot. It was a grimy game, but we had an opportunity, we had a chance, but we didn't come through. That's why it hurts bad, you know. It's a tough loss.
Could you describe where this resiliency came from in the fourth quarter? Because every time they seemed to try to pull away, you guys came back, you made plays, you got some points on the board, and you kept the game within reach until the final drive.
Yeah, I commend the leaders in this team, on this group, and defense, offense, all the leaders on this team. I give all the praise to them, man, keeping everyone upright, just ready to go. One play mentality, next play mentality, one play at a time, and we just kept going. We just kept trying to hunt and make a play.
All right, let's talk about the one really good thing, but the one not so good thing about the defense overall, the pass rush. You had 2 sacks again, continued to get some heat on Russell Wilson. On the other side, they probably ran the ball better than you would have liked, especially in the first half.
Yeah, we got to just continue to go back and look what we can improve on and as a unit together and just keep honing in on the little things and details and try to come back with another opportunity next week and try to put our best foot forward and dominate, man. Just keep improving, just trying to keep improving in this league, you know. You never know. So just got to keep improving.